troubling trend that I'm seeing today is that too many times women, mothers, whatever you call yourself, G-mama, the new word seems to be floating around everywhere. You're bailing your children out because you're parenting the children and letting your children, your grandchildren, and letting your children get away with not parenting. My thing is, what I'm saying is this. So many times, and not just even the grandparents, but there's a troubling trend where children or young people are having kids, and we're not making them hold up their end of the bargain and babysit and take care of their own kids. Too many times we're bailing them out and taking care of their kids for them. Now, when I was coming up, we were taught, you make your bed, you're going to lie in it. In other words, if you've done it, you're going to have to take care of what you've done. You're going to have to deal with that situation. But I see now children, people having babies, and they can do everything in the world. They can go out, they can party, whatever they're doing, going to the mall, shop, just like they don't have any kids, and the grandparents at home doing all the babysitting. Or the G-mamas. Somebody tell me, what is a G-mama? Is it a godmama? Is it a grandmama? Please tell me, just so I know for myself. What is it? Is it godmama or grandmama? Some saying God, some saying grand. Either way, it's bogus. Because there's not a clear definition. Your godmama say godmama, your grandmama say grandmama. Don't just say G-mama, and it's both ways. Let me know what it is. Because we don't know what's going on these days. Everybody's a G-mama. What is that? You godmama, grandmama? Tell me. We want to know what you are. But the G-mamas are bailing out the children. We took care of our kids. We have a 24-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 20 and a 16-year-old. And we raised our own kids. I mean, you see kids at church being passed around by everybody. They here one moment, they there the next moment, they over here, they over there, they out there, they back there, everybody got it. One rule I had when all of our kids was little. When our kids was little, everybody that know me that was in the church, and I got some witnesses in here, you know my kids did not pass around nowhere in the church. They come with me, they're going to stay right on the pew with me. And I was active in the church. I did some of everything, but my kids was raised so that they knew where to stay in the church. Ask some people that know me, our kids, and our three oldest, they're only 2 years apart. We had a 5 at one point, a 3 and a 1-year-old all together, little toddlers, and they would stay on that pew where they're supposed to be. Because they understood, they were taught before they got home, you don't get nowhere, you don't go to anywhere and think you're going to change on me. The same authority at home, it carries wherever I went. I remember a time parents could just give a look and children know what that means. Now parents give a look and a child might kick them in the behind. I had to look. Those are the old school teachings that we have for our children. They understood the difference. They knew what a belt was. Extension cord, switches. They knew what that meant. They knew what that was. And they were respectful, and they know not to act up. We had people that would be, even in the church, we had, every church got young people usually, and teenagers that want to hold the kids. Everybody knew you don't touch Elder Claiborn, Deacon Claiborn, Brother Claiborn, because I went through those stages, kids. Everybody in the church respected my disciplinary. My kids stay on the pew where I put them at. Teenagers didn't raise my kids. Because here's the problem that I'm having with y'all G-mamas. And it may not be my business, but I'm making it my business. Is that if you get a child to babysit, why you got your child babysitting the other child? Meaning that if you let the child come under your care and you're supposed to babysit, you don't let babies babysit babies. Make it plain. Teenagers should not be babysitting babies because they're still a child themselves. Especially nobody else's babies. I can understand that you have them a period of time to babysit their own siblings. But if I get a child to come to my house, I'm responsible for that child. And I'm not going to let my child or another child keep that child because I am responsible. If I bring that child to church, if I take them to the store, wherever I've gotten that child, no other child is going to take care of that child because I'm the parent and that's my responsibility if I got them. But that's what's happening in the church. Not just in the church, outside the church. But here's some of the problems. We didn't do that. We did not pass children around when we were coming up. They were our children, you raise your child. We got people today will babysit and you let parents stay at home, go out and do whatever, and you got the child everywhere. You doing the parenting, you taking care of the child. The only problem I have with that is that you're letting the parents off the hook, and they're going to grow up not knowing how to be real parents because they still don't have the responsibility that they should have because you are raising the children. And they're getting off the hook. Now I'm going to show you in the Word where we got to change this thing around because it's not going right. It's not happening the way God wanted it to happen. Too many G-mamas are disabling mothers, young mothers, from being real mothers because you're doing everything. You're doing the babysitting, you're teaching them and training them. All that is good for the child, but what about the young mothers taking on their responsibilities to learn how to be real mothers? That's the problem I have. Now look what the Bible says in Titus 2, 3 through 5a. It said that aged women, older women, likewise, that they be in behaviors as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to wine, teachers of good things. Now here's where it comes down to it. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Verse 5, to be discreet, to be chaste, and look at the end, keepers at home. The Bible didn't say to take their responsibilities from them and do it for them. It says teach them to do these things. You cannot teach them to be good mothers and young mothers if you're doing the responsibilities for them. If you're not making them raise their own children, then you're not teaching them, you're doing it for them. The Bible didn't say do it for them, the Bible says teach them. When you teach somebody, you let them have a hands-on approach. Now you do it. You do it yourself. I'll assist you if you need some help. You can call me and ask me about the needs of the baby and I'll tell you because I know you're a young mother and you don't understand everything about raising children, but you're going to do it yourself because I want you to be a good mother yourself. Teach them. Don't take the responsibilities from them, but teach them to be mothers at home, to be chaste, to be discreet. Keep your mouth closed sometimes. Don't talk too much. Teach them that. But you can't teach them if you're doing it. Discreet. Shut up sometimes. You all know women can get to talking, and especially boy, and it just create a whole lot of chaos. Be quiet sometimes. Listen. Stop gossiping. Stop running your mouth because you know when there's a gossip group, boy, you can look around, you can look out, boy. The gossipers flow to it. And you all know nobody start a good gossip group better than women. Because if you find a man in a gossip group, he is a sissy. I say it again so they can hear it on TV the right way. If you find a man in a gossip group with women, he is a sissy. Because real men, we don't have